Reporting today from Kyiv, Ukraine. With so much talk of doom and gloom and World War III breaking out, it's easy to understand why so many investors are panic selling. Well, before you completely freak out, please stay tuned and watch this video to the end. Today will be nice and short, but I basically want to paint to you why right now is the best time to invest, not to panic sell, as long as you invest in the right tokens, in the right narratives. So without further ado, please like and subscribe and let us get started. First off, if you take a look at the screen, you'll see that the last time we went into war and the last time there was a panic selling because of war, Bitcoin ended up rallying 173%. So what do we think is going to happen this time? What do you think the governments need to do in order to finance war? That's why they call it the military industrial complex. It's a business, unfortunately. But the positive news for Bitcoin and the market is that the market is going to pump. So this leads me into my second point, which is if we know the market is going to pump, what should we therefore do? We should accumulate more Bitcoin. It's not financial advice, but it just makes sense. If you look at the tweet I just shared with you, the chart, it just makes sense. So this may very likely be our last accumulation opportunity. And I happen to know a few very strategic and well-off, very educated investors that just scooped up. They just bought some more Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin a few days, 2 days before Bitcoin corrected, so about three days ago now. I didn't know it was coming. I should have waited a little longer. But, you know, we all know that Bitcoin rallies in October. So before you get terrified because we're going into war, just know that war means they're about to print more money to finance their war, and ultimately that ends up having an effect on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin ends up going up. Next, speaking of intelligent and educated investors, let's take a look at Blackrock. Has Blackrock stopped buying and accumulated more Bitcoin in light of war? No, they haven't. If you take a look at the last inflows report, you'll see they absolutely have continued to buy. Third, we see some of the biggest giants in the tech space, OpenAI, Microsoft, Blackrock, continuing to invest in AI. So what does this tell us? If the smartest people on the planet are still buying more Bitcoin and they're still investing, creating funds instead of holding it for protection and safety, if they are still investing in the tech space, despite war and talks of war, then this tells us they must be seeing this as a green light, as a wonderful sale. So this is how we must also see this situation. Yes, it's sad that war is going on. Heartbreaking. I mean, I'm coming to you from Kyiv. Let me show you what's in my background. You can see the cathedral. Unbelievable city, and absolutely heartbreaking to be here. I've had so many conversations with the locals, with many different local Ukrainians, and you know, it's been such an inspiration and eye-opening because first off, yes, it is bad that there have been multiple missile and ballistic, threats going on, waking up all night to a point to where I had to turn off my alert app. But you see that the people here continue on, life continues on, and we can't stop just because there's war. Also, we have to know that what the news and the media shows us is propaganda. It is to create fear. Why? Because if the majority of retail are in fear, they're not going to invest, which then creates what? A wonderful buying opportunity for the very wealthy and educated investors. Because all these people, all the normies, are going to sell, right? It's going to tank the market, which brings it at a really low price for top investors to buy. So just think about it. Try to take yourself out of your situation and think about what's happening on a macro level. That's why we say don't invest in crypto what you can't afford to lose. You can make tremendous gains in return on your investment in crypto. But if it pushes you to a point to where you don't have money for bills and an emergency fund, you always need to have an emergency fund in case something happens. If you're investing that money in crypto, then that's not wise, right? That's a mistake. But assuming you're investing what you can afford to lose and what you hope you make an enormous return on, then this should not shake you. So if anything, use this as an opportunity to evaluate how much you've been investing in crypto and what position that puts you in, right? It should not create a sense of fear. It should create a sense of, oh my gosh, let's go shopping. Let's go buy more Bitcoin. And then we're just going to wrap it up by saying, take a look at the screen, look at the tokens that are positioned to rally, follow the money. And right now that's AI. But all right, guys, that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you gained some value. It was nice and short and sweet, but I'm actually about to jump on the road and go back to Poland because you can't fly in here. You have to drive to Poland and then from Poland take a flight. So I'll be back in Phuket soon, but I just found it extremely important to come to you and let you know that everything's okay. I mean, yes, war is, a very huge potential. We're already in war, but the world does go on and markets tend to do well during war, unfortunately. So see this for what it is. See it as your last opportunity because there are so many metrics that point to the market and Bitcoin rallying. And when Bitcoin rallies or goes up, the other coins, the strong and real coins, also go up. So anyway, guys, I love you very much. Stay encouraged, be wise, don't invest more than you can lose. And I hope you buy some more Bitcoin if you can. All right, guys, talk to you guys on the other side.